IMSA revealed recently the preliminary full entry list for Rolex24 at Daytona 2024 edition. In there, we can see the GTP drivers lineup is very strong among the 10 cars from 4 manufacturers which will be competing at Daytona. And I think that the 2024 edition of Rolex24 at Daytona will be much better and more competitive than was in 2023 when was the first race of LMDH cars. Let's understand this story better on this video. So first let's check how is for while the driver lineup for GTP class. Let's begin with Acura lineup for Rolex24. In 2024 Acura will be represented by Wayne Taylor Racing with Andretti with 2 cars. First the number 10 with Felipe Albuquerque, Ricky Taylor, Brendan Hartley and Marcus Ericsson. And the number 40, which belonged to Meyer Shank in 2023, will have Jordan Taylor, Luis Delatraz, Colton Herta and Jenson Button. Now the Cadillac lineups. The 01 Chip Ganassi operation will be the only team to remain the same driver lineups from 2023 edition of Rolex24, with Sebastian Bourdais, Ringard van der Zonde, and Scott Dixon. And the 31 Whelen Engineering Action Express Racing will have Pipo Derani, Jack Aitken and Tom Blomqvist. Now the Porsche's lineups. First the number 6 Porsche Penske, which is the factory operator. They will have Maggie Jaminet, Nick Tandy, Lawrence Vanthor and Kevin Esther. The second car number 7, which is also Penske operation, will have Matt Campbell, Felipe Nasser, Joseph Newgarden and Dane Cameron. And now the JDC Miller number 5, which is a customer operation, will have Tijman van der Helm, Richard Westbrook, Phil Hansen and Ben Keating. And finally the number 59 Proton Competition, the second Porsche customer team, will have for Wal Gianmaria Bruni and Neil Yanni. A third driver will be announced later. And now the BMW teams, which is gonna have the same 2 cars from 2023 season. The first one the number 24 with Augusto Farfus, Jesse Krohn, Dries Vanthor, and a 4th driver to be announced later. And the second car number 25 with Connor De Philippi, Nick Yoli, Maxime Martin, and a 4th driver to be revealed in next weeks. So what can we expect from these 4 manufacturers which will be competing at Rolex24 at Daytona in 2024? The Acura Wayne Taylor Andretti has 2 very strong lineups in their cars. The duo Albuquerque and Ricky Taylor on number 10 wants to overcome the 2023 championship loss due to some accidents throughout the season and will come very strong for Daytona. And besides it, they will have the add of Brendan Hartley, who was WC Hypercar champion in 2023, and will obviously help a lot the number 10 car with his experience in prototypes races. And the 4th driver, the Marcus Ericsson, who has been Indy 500 winner in 2022, will obviously help a lot the number 10 squad to win the race. And about the number 40, which belonged to Meyer Shank Racing in 2023 season, will also have a very strong lineup which can also fight strongly for the victory considering that Luis Delatraz and Jordan Taylor are fast drivers, and will count with an addition of Colton Herta, an IndyCar star driver from Andretti. And also the 2009 F1 champion Jenson Button and his experience in motorsports can be the differential. So the Cadillac side, the 01 Chip Ganassi Racing Squad is the another team which wants to overcome the very complicated 2023 season with too much troubles throughout the year with accidents or mechanical issues. The 01 is the only team to remain the 2023 drivers lineup, and obviously Ringard van der Zonde, Sebastian Bourdais, and Scott Dixon are very qualified drivers to win the Rolex24 to end the 3 winning streaks of Acura, which is gonna mean the first victory for the Cadillac since 2020. And another Cadillac team which is gonna fight for the victory is the 31 Whelen Engineering Action Express Racing with Pipo Derani, Jack Aitken and Tom Blomqvist. The 2023 IMSA GTP Champions team has a very strong trio considering that Derani is an aggressive driver and Blomqvist is very fast. And these can help a lot the 31 to win the race. So here comes the Porsche teams. In the 2023 edition, Porsche struggled with mechanical issues in Daytona and disappointed a lot of fans who were expecting the victory. But in 2024, it's gonna be very different because the Porsche Penske is much more prepared, considering that the 963 started to become a competitive and winner car from the Road America round in 2023. The Porsche Penske Motorsport comes with two very strong drivers lineup, especially the number 6, which has Matthew Jaminet, Nick Tandy, Kevin Estre and Lawrence Vanthoor. And the number 7 has Dane Cameron, who joins Felipe Nasser for IMSA full season after being swapped by Matt Campbell for WC operation in car number 5. The Australian driver will be at Rolex24 Racing in car number 7, which will also have Joseph Newgarden, who gains a second chance to drive a Porsche 963 after competing at Petit Le Mans 2023 edition. In my opinion, the Porsche Penske will do all the best to get the 19th overall victory of 24 Hours of Daytona, and would be the first win from Stuttgart's manufacturer since 2003. And we also must consider that Porsche in GTP class will be also represented by two customer teams, the number 5 JDC Miller and 59 Proton Competition. But between them, I think that Proton will be more prepared to win the race than JDC Miller. The number 59 will have at least Jean-Maria Bruni and Neil Yanni in its driver lineup. And both of them got the podium in the last IMSA race, the Petit Le Mans, in 3rd position. And their experiences can be very important to achieve the victory at Daytona. Besides, I think that Proton is more prepared among the Porsche customer teams. We must not underestimate the number 5 JDC Miller, considering that Richard Westbrook and Ben Keating are very experienced drivers, which can help a lot the team, and Phil Hansen is a good driver. I think that JDC Miller will be looking for the victory if something wrong happens with another teams. And finally, to talk about the BMW team. In 2023 edition of Rolex24 at Daytona, BMW had a very struggling race, being far from fighting for victories, and was considered as the worst GTP manufacturer in that occasion. But in 2024 will be very different, because throughout the 2023 season BMW improved the M Hybrid V8, and the number 25 got 5 podiums, including an overall victory at Watkins Glen, and this car almost won the GTP Championship. And also the driver lineups are very strong, considering that the 24 will have Augusto Farfus, Jesse Krohn, Dries Vanthoor, and one more to be announced later. And the 25 squad is Connor De Philippi, Nick Yoli, Maxime Martin, and one to be revealed. I guess that Rafael Marciello, the new BMW factory driver, can be one of both names to be announced later. And if BMW wins the 2024 edition, it will be the second overall victory in history, considering that the only time they won the race was in 1976. So guys, what's your expectations for the GTP class and Rolex24 at Daytona in 2024? Who has the best driver lineup in your opinion? Which manufacturer has the best conditions to win this race? So let me know your opinion on the comment sections below. And if you want to watch more contents about IMSA and WC, so consider subscribing this channel to not lose more videos. We see you on the next videos.